Are you wondering what this beautiful green texture is? Well, this is lettuce. Lettuce that is growing on level 3 of the NatureLink Locally Optimized farming panels at Karmio Green Village. What do you do with such fresh lettuce growing right here? Let's see. Here we can harvest the lettuce right away, and because it's so fresh, it's so delicious, you can actually become a goat or become a cow and learn how to stay healthy, stay fit in a very different way. Well, how do you do that? Let's discover our sacred link with nature. With more and more urbanization, we have started living in concrete jungles where there's hardly any space and time for discovering our sacred link with nature. In order to solve that problem, we here at Karmio Greens have come up with this phenomenal concept of locally optimized farming, or LO farming. And what you see here are LO farming panels, the NatureLink L.O farming panels. This is an urban jungle, an urban veggie jungle. Tomatoes, look at the tomatoes which have just started growing here, more. Now what looks like a jungle is actually a jungle of tomato plants. And then we have lettuce here, we have spinach. The spinach has already been harvested twice in the last 6 weeks. We have NOTEY, coriander, 3 levels of panels, more coriander here, dhone, Komal, who's working on this, he is tying the tomatoes in a manner so that each plant gets maximum amount of light and freshness. Every leaf can get the maximum amount of life. There is very little soil that is used here, and of course it is all very scientifically tracked and monitored. The measurements are constantly beamed to the cloud, so the central monitoring team can actually keep track of all the panels that are installed in different locations, because maintenance across different locations is the real challenge. So it's very important to have a proper technology based tracking of the condition of the panels, which may be installed in a parking lot or on a terrace on a household. These panels are adopted by households, and if you adopt a panel, you get all the harvest that comes from it. Now of course you don't just get to harvest fruits and vegetables and leaves and fresh green leafy vegetables, but you also get the freshness of the oxygen that you get to breathe, and the love and beauty of living with nature, sharing with your children and your family how the flowers of the tomato will slowly evolve into the fruits and the vegetables which you will eat. There's broccoli happening here. Now this is a slightly earlier stage. The panels are not yet ready, and you can see how it evolves from an earlier stage to a more later stage. There are 3 levels, 1, 2 and 3. The 3rd level has eggplants here coming up. In a few weeks this eggplant will become big, and we have onions coming up here, carrots, chili. We don't use chemical pesticides, so the plants have to learn how to fend for themselves. You can see this leaf has been attacked by pests, but the plant will learn how to cope It will build its own immune system with a little help from some herbal pesticides like neem oil and Jivamrut. Back to the more developed side. In a few weeks, this green tomato will become red like a cherry, and these cherry tomato plants will then invite you and attract you, and you would want to have this, own this. But you cannot really own it because we don't traffic with these, but you can definitely adopt a panel and discover your sacred link with nature.